Ginger Z with us here on a Monday night. Hi, Ginger.
Hi, David. They've already had more than 9 inches in Walker, Michigan, close to my hometown of Grand Rapids there. And those bands of lake effect are still going. They'll go through about tomorrow morning. And it's really turning on for Erie and Ontario as well. So the Tug Hill Plateau, places like Oswego or Watertown, worried about 4-inch per hour snowfall rates. So it will be all along the Great Lakes. As we see this cold air pour over us, by tomorrow morning, it'll feel like 8 below in Pittsburgh. It'll feel like 0 in Albany. It'll feel like single digits from Philadelphia to New York City and Boston. And we don't rebound much in the afternoon, so it's going to stay cold. Now, tomorrow's the coldest of this week, but you have to get used to it because a serious Arctic invasion comes in again by the weekend and early next week, David.
Your clothes say it all as well, Ginger. You'll need the hat all week long. Ginger, we appreciate it. We'll see you first thing in the morning. In the meantime, to the tense scene tonight in Minneapolis, 1,500 active duty U.S. troops have now been put on standby to potentially be sent in by President Trump. Demonstrators interrupting a church service where one of the pastors is also an ICE official. The Justice Department tonight saying it will now investigate the protesters. ABC's Matt Rivers from Minneapolis again tonight.
Tonight, 1,500 active duty soldiers are on alert for possible deployment to Minnesota. Those troops just on standby for now. But the city of Minneapolis remains on edge. After anti-ICE protesters disrupted this Sunday service, the Justice Department says it's now investigating. Protesters targeting the church because one of the pastors is also the director of an ICE field office. DHS says roughly 3,000 undocumented immigrants have been arrested during this crackdown in Minneapolis, including violent criminals. Agents storming this home. The family of the man living there says they terrorized his 5-year-old grandson and never asked for ID before pulling him out in his underwear into the bitter cold, releasing him an hour later. DHS says the man, a U.S. citizen, lived with 2 sex offenders they are still looking for. But his family disputes that, saying he only lives with relatives and none are sex offenders. And new tonight, allegations that some detained by ICE were denied access to legal counsel, including protester William Vermi, a U.S. citizen. Seen here being arrested after filming ICE officers right outside his house. He says he was detained for more than 8 hours and not allowed to see an attorney.
We're entitled to counsel. It's a part of the Bill of Rights, even if you're here illegally.
4 different attorneys tell ABC News they were not granted access to detained migrants, despite a constitutional obligation to allow legal counsel.